I'll take this car. The loan is in your name, so I'm counting on you for the payments. Actually, I've fallen in love with someone. Leaving these words behind, John suddenly disappeared. What was left for me was a daughter and an enormous debt of $50,000. I am Catherine, a 40-year-old working at a company in N.Y. and also a part-time housewife. My family consists of my same-aged husband John and our 12-year-old daughter Lily. Lily has been bright since she was little, able to read and write before starting elementary school. She memorized various encyclopedias and eagerly debated news topics, a true talent. At school, she excels in academics, outshining everyone with her quick thinking. I can hardly believe how smart she is. Lily's talent always amazes me. On the other hand, John had a nature of not sticking to anything for long, frequently changing jobs. Even when his salary increased, it soon returned to the level of his first salary, leaving our household budget always tight. I wanted to focus more on raising Lily, but had to continue full-time work for our finances. Recently, however, John seemed to have a change of heart. Staying at the same job for 3 years, setting a new record in his career, and earning a stable income. Previously seen as just slacking off, he now talked about traveling with the family, nurturing Lily's curiosity, and creating memories. Thus, we decided to replace our old small car with a big $60,000 wagon. This wagon had a spacious cargo area, large enough to set up a makeshift bed, perfect for camping. But since John had just become a full-time employee and couldn't pass the loan assessment, we had to buy it under my name. It was within expectation, as the house loan was also under my name. Then, on the day the much-anticipated wagon was delivered, an unexpected event occurred. I was busy with work and John went to pick up the car. During work, I was shocked to see a message from him on my smartphone. I'll take this car. The loan is in your name, so I'm counting on you for the payments. Confused, I called John. I thought he might ignore me, but he answered the phone nonchalantly. What's up? It's just like I said in the email. It's not about what's up. How can you expect me to be okay with a message like that? What do you mean? I mean, it's exactly as I wrote. Even with his calm response, I couldn't understand. In my confusion, John dropped another bombshell. Actually, I've fallen for someone else. What? Fallen for someone else? What does that mean? It started as a casual fling. But now, it's serious. I've decided to start over with this person. So, I'll take the car, and I'm counting on you for the loan repayments.
Bye.
I was stunned, but he was already hanging up. Then, he dropped another shocking revelation. Oh, right. The divorce papers we signed during that argument, I still have them. I'll file them. Hearing the beep of the phone disconnecting, I felt betrayed and couldn't move, realizing the gravity of the situation. After that, no matter how many times I called John, he never answered. I was in a daze, unable to focus at work, and on my way home, I prayed it was all just a dream. It was true that in the heat of an argument, I had signed divorce papers. When I opened the drawer where I kept those documents, the divorce papers were indeed gone. In the end, I was left with a debt of $60,000 for the car loan and $440,000 for the house loan, totaling about $500,000. Even as I faced reality, unable to come to terms with it, I repeatedly tried to contact John. But it was as if I was being completely ignored. I had no idea where he was, as if he had just vanished. My sharp daughter Lily couldn't miss seeing me like this. A few days later, after dinner, she looked at me with concern. Mom, are you okay? Do you feel sick? I almost tried to brush it off, but I realized quickly that wouldn't work with Lily. So I decided to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a bit tired. Mom, you rub your hands together when you lie, right? Caught by Lily's observation, I could only give a wry smile. Then Lily continued. By the way, Dad hasn't been home since the day before yesterday. Is that related? You'll feel better if you talk about it. Startled by Lily's perceptive gaze, I realized I couldn't keep this hidden forever. So, I took a deep breath and told her everything. After hearing everything, Lily sighed and said, I see, it's something Dad would do. Huh? You're not surprised? No, I'm not surprised. I thought something like this might happen someday. Her attitude, as if she understood everything, made me feel almost ashamed of my own lack of composure. But deep down, she must be saddened by the reality of the divorce. Feeling sorry for Lily, I immersed myself in work the next day. However, I'm not the toughest person. And soon the mental burden began to affect my physical health, deteriorating day by day. One day, during inventory at work, I couldn't stand anymore and sat down on the floor. Are you okay? No, I'm feeling a bit ill. I need to rest, please. That was my last memory. When I came to, I saw a white ceiling and was surrounded by numerous tubes. I was in a hospital. After losing consciousness, my colleague had called an ambulance. And I was transported to the hospital. The tests indicated that I needed further detailed examination, so I was admitted. As I lay there, regretting my own helplessness, my pillow was wet with tears. Mom, are you okay? You're not going to die, right? I'm fine. What are you talking about? I would never leave you alone. I'm so relieved. I thought my heart was going to stop. Lily was still only 12 years old. Thinking of her, I knew I had to get better and renewed my determination. However, my condition was more serious than I thought. A shadow was found on my internal organs, and I needed surgery. The surgery, fortunately, turned out to be for a benign tumor, and I recovered steadily, able to leave the hospital a month later. That day was exactly 1 month since John had disappeared. Back home, I checked the mailbox and found an envelope inside. Opening it in the house, I discovered it was a reminder for the car loan payment. There must be some mistake. Panicking, I checked my net banking to find a balance of $3. In disbelief, I kept refreshing, but the number remained the same. Could it be the $40,000? Trembling, I checked where I kept my bank book, but it's gone. John has. Clearly, John was the only possible culprit. But I couldn't contact him, and without him, I couldn't even sell the car he took. Since he left, it's been one bad thing after another. Feeling completely down, Lily rubbed my back, showing concern. Mom, you look pale. Are you okay? It was impossible to keep hiding it anymore. I'm physically okay, but Dad took all the savings. I don't know what to do. It's hard to start working right away. Lily responded with a composed attitude. Don't worry, Mom. We're both healthy. I'll look for jobs online that I can do by hiding my age. Like programming, it pays pretty well. Inspired by my 12-year-old daughter's earnest attempt to cheer me up, I felt a surge of determination. I'm sorry, Lily. I'll do my best, I promise. As I smiled at her, Lily smiled back happily and playfully suggested. Then let's start by getting the car back from Dad. Surprised by Lily's unexpected proposal, I turned to her. How are we going to do that? Just checking, but the car is in your name, right? Yes, it is, but... I tried to grasp Lily's plan, which she had thought up eagerly. So, here's what I think. Hearing Lily's idea, I was immediately impressed, but then became worried. But we don't know where Dad is. Don't worry, I know. Really? GPS, remember, we installed it on Dad's phone. Previously, when Lily had unusually gotten lost, we gave her a child's mobile phone and installed a GPS app on both John and my smartphones for safety. I've been monitoring Dad's movements. He's been moving around a lot. Lily, when did you? That's amazing. But how will we catch him? Don't worry, I've already taken care of that. Hearing the plan that Lily revealed with a sly smile, I was amazed by her quick thinking. Moreover, Lily had even obtained information about John's mistress. Mom, let's properly punish Dad for betraying us. A few days later, my phone rang. Catherine? Please help me. I'm in a serious situation right now. Yes? Who is this? I pretended not to know him on purpose, and John shouted angrily. What are you talking about? I'm your husband. I'm being questioned by the police on the street right now. They might take me to the station. Come and help me. Is that so? Well, wait there then. Seeing on the GPS that John was surprisingly close to our house, I took Lily and headed to his location. There, John was surrounded by police in front of the car. I asked the police to leave for a moment and decided to talk with John. John was a bit shaken, but perhaps out of embarrassment, he led us into the car. There was a young woman inside glaring at us, but I didn't care about her. Phew, I'm relieved you came. Why were the police looking for me? Because the car was missing. I filed a theft report. What have you done? What you'd expect. If someone steals your car, you report it. John seemed not to understand the situation. Talking about it being a marital issue and not a crime, and about shared property. But we were already divorced, so those excuses didn't apply. You filed the divorce papers. If you use someone else's car without permission, you get arrested. I was just borrowing it. Just borrowing? Then give it back. When I held out my hand, John reluctantly handed over the car keys. Lily had been silent, but then she asked a question. Why did you leave us and disappear with this woman, Dad? John was flustered by the direct question from his child, at a loss for words. He probably never expected to be asked so straightforwardly. Then, the woman in the back seat suddenly started laughing and answered Lily's question. Because I'm younger and prettier than your mom. That's why he's so crazy about me and could easily leave you guys. So, you know. I wasn't asking you. Dad, you answer. Surprised by Lily's stern response, Ruby fell silent, and John remained speechless. If you don't answer, I'll ask the police to arrest you. Wait, please don't. I'll talk, just help me. Ruby was a new employee at John's workplace. And they got close at a welcoming party for new staff. They quickly became involved, and Ruby was already pregnant. John decided to leave us and start a new life with her. I was going to sell the car, but I got attached and haven't sold it yet. You've been traveling a lot, it seems.
Yeah.
I was on a trip. Wait, how did you know? The GPS app. Remember, I installed it on your phone. John realized the truth and slumped his shoulders. It was on purpose. You seemed suspicious, so I installed the GPS. I was surprised by Lily's revelation. You. Feeling the need to be as strong as Lily, I confronted him. Also, return the $40,000 you stole, right now. Stole? That was shared marital assets. Don't be ridiculous. That money was from my savings before we were married. Apparently, John had spent the $40,000 with Ruby. My anger turned into disbelief. Not just the car, but you squandered the money too. This is a serious problem. Or are you going to say you borrowed that money too? Why are my mom and dad here? I contacted them, of course. It turns out that during my hospitalization, Lily had gone to John's workplace and pretended to cry, saying, "Dad left us." This led to rumors about Ruby being the cause. Lily had found Ruby's parents' address from her sympathetic colleagues and told them everything. I went to their house and showed them a picture of Madame Ruby. And they listened to me, so I told them everything. Ruby was shocked to be called Madam by Lily. Ruby, you seem quite pregnant. When are you due? In about 3 months. That's quite early. 1, 2, 3. Wait, the math doesn't add up. John was confused and didn't understand. Don't you know the length of a pregnancy? It's typically 10 months. You said you met 4 months ago. How can the baby be born in 7 months? John finally seemed to grasp the situation and started shaking. Ruby, have you been deceiving me? Too bad I got caught. Though I could easily fool someone as dumb as you. Turns out, your wife and daughter are smarter. This is no joke. You've ruined my life. Ruby and John started a nasty argument. We stepped away and called the police. A patrol car soon arrived. Catherine, Lily, I was wrong. Please, no police. But Lily and I just looked at him emotionlessly. You'll pay for your crimes. We'll find your workplace. You owe child support, the mortgage, and the stolen $40,000. Get to work and pay it back. To Ruby, who was watching indifferently, I calmly said, you're an accomplice. If John can't pay, it's your responsibility. Ruby trembled and turned to her parents for help, but it was too late. And so, we successfully dealt with John and his mistress. They were released on bail due to being first-time offenders and showing remorse. But repayment hell awaited them. I managed to secure the full amount I demanded. And got a promise of $600 a month for child support. I introduced John to a job at my company's subsidiary warehouse, ensuring his salary would be garnished for repayments. Despite the damage from this ordeal, I've recovered and am back at work. Living with just Lily is busy, but she helps a lot around the house. I truly hope she lives a life as beautiful as her name Lily.